Do you know who was the first most notable serial killer in history? Well, she was a girl named Erzsébet Báthory, often referred to as the Blood Countess, which stands as one of the darkest chapters in the annals of European history. Born on August 7, 1560, into the powerful Báthory family, Erzsébet was endowed with immense wealth and influence. Her lineage included notable figures such as kings, cardinals, and warriors, embedding her in the highest echelons of Hungarian nobility. Despite her privileged upbringing, Erzsébet displayed early signs of sadism and cruelty, foreshadowing the horrors that would later define her legacy. Erzsébet was married at the age of 15 to Ferenc Nadasdy, a prominent Hungarian soldier. Despite the union being politically motivated, the marriage was relatively successful, and they had several children. Ferenc, known for his own brutal tactics in warfare, was often away, leaving Erzsébet to manage their vast estates. During his absences, Erzsébet's sadistic tendencies began to surface more prominently. The turning point in Erzsébet's life came after Ferenc's death in 1604. Left with significant power and responsibility, she began to indulge her darkest fantasies. Surrounded by a retinue of loyal servants and accomplices, including her former nurse, Ilona Jo, a local witch named Darvulia, and her children's governess, Erzsébet began to systematically torture and kill young girls. These girls were often lured to her castle under the pretense of employment, only to meet a gruesome fate. Some accounts suggest she bathed in the blood of virgins, believing it would preserve her youth and beauty. While this claim is widely regarded as a myth, it underscores the extent of her depravity. Young girls from the surrounding villages were enticed to the castle under the guise of employment opportunities. The promise of working in a noble household with the prospect of earning a decent living was a dream for peasant families. Many parents, seeking better futures for their daughters, willingly sent them to Báthory's castle, blissfully unaware of the fate that awaited them. Once inside the castle walls, these girls were subjected to unimaginable horror. Erzsébet's methods of torture were elaborate and sadistic. Victims were often stripped naked and subjected to severe beatings, their bodies left bruised and bloodied. She employed hot irons to burn the flesh of her victims. Needles were inserted under their fingernails, and their skin was torn with pincers. Báthory was known to bite chunks of flesh from her victims, relishing in their pain and suffering. Some girls were doused in freezing water and left outside in the snow to perish from the cold. Others were starved, whipped, or forced to stand in vats of ice water until they succumbed. These acts of cruelty were carried out for Báthory's pleasure, often in the presence of her closest confidants, who participated in the tortures. The atrocities committed by Erzsébet Báthory were horrific. The exact number of her victims is uncertain, with estimates ranging from 80 to over 650. The isolation of Báthory's castle, coupled with the era's limited means of communication, played a crucial role in concealing her crimes. The loyalty of her household staff and the complicity of her accomplices ensured that the gruesome activities remained a well-kept secret. Her noble status provided an additional layer of protection, as few dared to question or challenge someone of her standing. Báthory also maintained a careful facade of piety and charity, making donations to the church and attending social functions, which helped to deflect any suspicions. Despite her efforts to maintain secrecy, the sheer number of missing girls eventually led to widespread rumors and growing concern. In 1610, King Matthias II of Hungary, who owed a significant debt to the Báthory family, ordered an investigation into the rumors surrounding Erzsébet. György Thurzó, the Palatine of Hungary, led the investigation. On December 30th, 1610, Thurzó and his men raided Báthory's castle at Countess, uncovering evidence of her crimes, including imprisoned girls and the bodies of those who had perished. The subsequent trial was sensational. Erzsébet herself did not appear in court, maintaining her innocence throughout. However, her accomplices faced severe punishment. Ilona Jo and Dorotea Countess were executed by burning, while others received various lesser sentences. Erzsébet was spared execution due to her noble birth, but was sentenced to life imprisonment. She was confined to a set of rooms within her castle, where she remained until her death on August 21st, 1614. Several factors likely contributed to Erzsébet's descent into madness. Her upbringing in a violent and tumultuous era, combined with possible mental illness and the influence of those around her, may have played significant roles. The unchecked power she wielded, coupled with her noble status, allowed her to act with impunity. Some historians argue that she was a victim of a political conspiracy, with her crimes exaggerated or fabricated to seize her lands and wealth. Others point to the extensive testimonies and physical evidence as proof of her guilt. Regardless of the truth, Erzsébet Báthory's legacy as one of history's most prolific female serial killers endures, a testament to the horrors that can lurk behind the facade of nobility and privilege. Erzsébet Báthory's story is not merely one of horror, but also a reflection of the period in which she lived. The early 17th century was a time of great upheaval in Hungary, marked by wars, political intrigue, and social instability. In such an environment, the line between myth and reality often blurred, creating fertile ground for legends to grow. Erzsébet's tale has been immortalized in countless books, films, and folklore, each retelling adding new layers to the already complex narrative. Erzsébet Báthory remains a figure of history. Her life and crimes offer a window into the darkest aspects of human nature and the dangers of unchecked power. Whether viewed as a monster, a victim, or a combination of both, her legacy endures as a chilling reminder of the atrocities that can be committed in the name of vanity and cruelty. The story of the Blood Countess continues to captivate and horrify, a testament to the complex interplay of power, privilege, and perversion. If you like to watch such dark and historical crime videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the right circle. If you want to explore more such dark history, check the left video.